So sometimes we find when there's something that happens in a tenant's personal life, their personal situation, and they can't pay rent, interestingly, we find that often they will substitute paying rent for fabricating and creating these crazy situations. Property owners and landlords out there, DM me and comment below. I want to hear from you about this because this happens all the time. And I know that it's happened to you guys too, right? Where everything's fine with a tenant forever. All of a sudden they stop paying and you call up and say, hey, what's the matter? They say nothing. As soon as you go take them to court, all of a sudden there's a laundry list of things that you're guilty of as the property owner and property manager. You didn't fix this, you didn't paint, you told me you would paint, you never came by, nothing works. And you're like, what? Nothing works? Like, never heard about that at all. You know, you go to the emails, you go to the online portal, you look at the maintenance records, there's no complaints from you. What are you talking about? The lease says, oh, here's a lease trick, by the way. Our leases say that the tenant is obligated to inform the landlord immediately if there's anything broken, in need of repair and maintenance. So they can't just sit on it and like expect that we'll have known. Like, we only know if the tenant tells us. That's actually in the lease. 1% to 3% of the renter population are bad players. They're a very small percentage of professional tenants. This is a whole level of player on their own stratosphere. I mean, they game you, they game the system, they give you a deposit, they make no payments. They will find ways to live rent-free or very close to rent-free for a long time. And it happens in these cities and urban areas where there's lots of rent regulation and there's inefficiencies and incompatibilities with the regulations and reality, and people take advantage of that. So 1% to 3%, you've got the professional tenants, you've got the people who are a little combative and who are a little entitled. You've got people that maybe have had a tough moment and fallen on a hard time, but they're not communicating with you. Instead, they're hiding it, sweeping it under the carpet. Communication on the tenant's part, what can they do? They can communicate. Communicate a maintenance need. Communicate a financial interruption. Hey, I need another week or two. I know I'm late. I'm sorry. I'll pay the late. You know, something like that. But like going radio silent or telling me everything's fine, and then when I take you to court, fabricating a whole list of imagined deficiencies on the landlord's part, I mean, shut the fuck up. It doesn't work like that.